Devil Wears Prada 2, and the thing is with this movie, is we all been sleeping on this. Like, this movie, the first film, was beloved by a bunch of audience members. Yes, the majority of them being, the ladies and the gays. Yes, that was the situation here. But at the end of the day, like, I saw the first movie for the first time during COVID. I was like, this is not bad. This is not a bad movie. Just in general, like, forget the the stereotype mockery. Like, the first movie ain't that bad, and so I was like, you know what? I was tossing the idea, like, do I go see it? Do I just wait till it hits Disney Plus? Like, what would be the situation here? And I thought, oh, bite the bullet. I'll go see the movie. I'll go see the movie. And what you have here is, like, look, as I said, I have only seen the movie once, the first film once. So in my head, I was thinking, am I going to forget, and am I going to remember? Am I able to follow along because this is a sequel, and people know the history and all that kind of stuff? And this movie feels very welcoming. Like, they give you a sense of it has been 20 years since the first film. So naturally, characters are going to have different lives, different directions, and what you have here is give you enough information to make you go, okay, this happened, this happened, this happened, without making you feel lost. And as a movie as itself, this is a movie that has a lot to say about the layoffs. Like, it's not like it ain't no secret. Like, every 2 seconds it feels like I'm hearing layoffs from this company and this company and this company, and it just came out that Disney has laid off 100 of its employees, and who have done a remarkable work and have worked for them, but they had to lay them off because of cutting costs, or whatever the situation would be. So it's commentary on that. Commentary on the state of business itself. The commentary on capitalism. The commentary on journalism. And how people in our world kind of don't want the serious piece that doesn't get the clicks. The clicks is, here's his interview by this celebrity that everybody cares about, or look, this is a new dress. Like, it seems like people don't want the like nostalgia or the history or whatever it is. There's commentary about tech organizations. There's a big conversation about what tech people think about future and human innovation. Like, you're thinking, hey, is it a little bit more oppressive that a human being did X, Y, and Z versus a computer did X, Y, and Z? And they go, yeah, but that's just evolution. Sometimes it's Pompeii, and the fire will just come around, and we just have to move on. We'll just have to accept it. So there's a lot of commentary in this movie, but also there's a lot of great characterization about this film. There's a lot of about when's it time to step away, when's it time to be on the new. Like, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's packing in this movie that is saying a lot, while at the same time is talking about fashion and what dresses to wear, and the high art, and have humor about eyebrows. How was it? Is it Angie having to say eyebrows? Which I was like, is that like having to say eyebrows, and she has bad eyebrows for whatever reason, or how she or the love interest, which is funny. Angie's Anne Hathaway's character. Of course, in the first movie, the love interest was played by Simon Baker, who's a swaying actor, and this film, Angie's new love interest is another Australian, and a full Australian, like with the accent and everything. I'm like, hey, and there's a good joke about if an Australian sees another Australian overseas, we must say hi. I think for me, I personally would probably just go full Crocodile Dundee and go like, mate, everything's fine, good day, and like, I mean those fucking swimps, That's what I would do. Definitely, who, knowing the context of that scene, who the person of the love interest wants to talk to, because it has a feeling they need to talk to that person. And it's a Spain celebrity. I probably would just go full Crocodile Dundee in the background, and then they go, "Hey!" And if they acknowledge, they acknowledge. That's what I would do. And every time that also there's this whole thing where like Angie is like, oh, I might have gone too far, and wait a minute, I'm like, girl, he's a Australian. He it's gonna be laid back. I know how we think Canadians are the most laid back people, but we're the most laid back people. As long we understand context, we understand how you feel, we understand all these things. We know when to step away and be like, okay, this conversation, we understand the bigger picture. You're not feeling the greatest. I'm just gonna leave a little bit. And hopefully everything goes well. So you got that. You got in this film you have. By the way, the movie is like almost 2 hours. I think it's like 30 seconds off hitting the 2 hour mark, and this movie flies. Like, this movie just like flies by. I was like, the credits aside, they just go, well, like, wait, the credits are just zooming by without having like 3 minutes of credits. I mean, I like the 3 minutes of credits because, me being a Bond fan, I kind of like my big time sequences, but in movies. But yeah, I was like, this movie just zooms by. You have an understanding where everybody's dynamic. The chemistry between the characters, mainly the main four, is really good. Mel Sweet being I forgot her character's name, but it hasn't changed that much. But she's trying to adapt into today's work environment where like she's bluntless and ruthless and is like not as caring, but at the same time she has to adapt to the work environment and is like saying stuff, and her like assistant is like, you can't really say that now. And it's not horrible stuff. It just makes it's like people. Essentially, you need to be likable. Everybody wants the likable boss, and that's what's happening. And she's just so blunt towards like a photo shoot that looks so bland and so basically depressing. And she's like, "Oh my god, this is like blah 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 blah." Everybody's like, yeah. It's like the Swastika Creep, yeah. It's all like, oh, she used to just throw her coats at people, and now she has to do it herself. And while seeing her trying to get a coat up, it's like she's just climbed Mount Everest. It's like she just did a 10-hour, she just did a 1 hour workout at the gym. She's like, I was like, it's a coat whack. You're just putting a coat on a coat. Why is that the situation? Now, the fashion side of things, don't we have much of a fashion sense? So I couldn't be like, oh my god, that dress is so amazing, and that and that and that. So most of the time, I'm like, how are you meant to see in those? How are you meant to move? Are you meant to move in them? Is it the point in like wearing clothes? Is it like are you just meant to be a statue? And really, it's the bow tie isn't cute. It's a little bit it's a little bit tacky. Like that was my reaction to most of the dresses. Definitely the big like major ones. it's just okay. It's just one of those situations. But you know, we got newcomers in this. I had to. I kind of forgot. Was Count Prada in the first film? Was he in it? I because I was like, oh shit, he's in this film. And then if I probably look at the credits of the first film, I was like, no, he was in it. He played the husband of Meryl Streep's character. But yeah, this is a really look. I get it. It's not. Best to say this. I'm not the say the target. You know, it's one of the situations where, yes, you might not be the target demographic, but it's a good movie kind of thing. So take that as you will. And that this is the Avengers Doomsday, safe to say, for the ladies and the gays. So don't downgrade on that. And that, I mean, I love how the trailers had a bit of an issue of what can we put in front of this movie? We got the Sheep Detectives and Hunger Games. So, yeah. Light murder mystery with sheep and kids and games of or kids killing each other for entertainment. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's pretty funny. Anyway, comment below if you've seen the movie. Let me know your thoughts.